What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the farm. Oh man, I have been out of town working this week and it's good to get back. We have got some beautiful weather here today, but check this out. Look behind me back there. We've still got snow in some places of the farm here. Snowed 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. There's still ice on my driveway in certain sections. But anyway, got some work to do around here today. I'm going to start working some more, keep working more on firewood. You know, this is the time of year from January through March and into April where we do most of our firewood collection for the next winter. And we're going to work on some more of those hickory limbs that we had piled up in the yard and we had moved over into the old tractor shed. Going to work on getting the rest of those sawed up and stacked. I've got to figure out something about my driveway. With all this snow and the ice and the freeze and thaw effect, my driveway is a sloppy, muddy mess. And a couple years ago, we had some gravel brought in. We brought in some 3/4 inch gravel in the same kind of situation, and the ground has just swallowed it up as the freezing and thawing has happened and the top layer of the soil has gotten soft. The gravel just soaks down into the soil and it just disappears. And so I've called a couple different places here nearby. We got like 3 quarries right here very, very close to the farm. And they're all telling me I need to put some 1.5 to 2 inch rock down, 2 to 3 inches thick, drive on that for 2, 3, 4 weeks, and then come in, and after that has settled and pressed down, come in and put some 1/2 or 3/4 inch gravel on top of that and smooth that out, and then drive on top of that. So we'll see what we're going to end up doing, but we got some things to do here today. Go over here and check out things. So there's Taryn. Like I said, thawing out finally. Got the back doors to the barn open. The hickory logs that I'm thinking about starting to work on for firewood are straight out the back, so I kind of opened the door here just so it gives me an easier access walking through the barn as opposed to walking around the sides and through the mud and stuff. The wife just finished burning some cardboard and stuff over here in our fire ring that we've got, and Taryn and I just went and took care of a skunk that she caught. First skunk in 2 or 3 years probably, but caught a whole bunch of possums. You can see all that kind of stuff over on her channel. She's got her trapline series going right now, and that kind of thing is over on that channel. But you know, for those who don't know, for those of you who don't live on a farm, who don't live off of your farm, live off the land and what you harvest from your land, you do have to manage and maintain and control the wildlife, because they can be a detriment to your productivity. Now, we don't go in and try to annihilate everything that's out there. We're not trying to do that, but try to keep things in check. You know, we've had an abundance of possums this year, and possums, we caught them twice in the chicken coop. Had to put those down. They were in there eating eggs, pulling feathers out of the chickens. They didn't kill any of the chickens, but they were really harassing and bothering the chickens, and we've got to kind of keep that under control. So those, between the possums and the raccoons and the bobcats and the red fox and the coyotes and that kind of thing, you got to kind of keep all that under control. So I'm going to get on over here and see what else we got going on today. That's the end of that wood pile. So we got all that sawed up there, and we've got it stacked over there. I'm going to have to clean the chainsaw up a little bit. Well, that's a really good head start for next year, for next winter, but we've got all these hickory logs over here that I'm going to hope to start getting sawed up and worked up here soon. But so I mentioned the hickory logs that we've got, and I've shown these on a couple of the videos we've had in the past, but anyway, here's where we got. So you can see they range in pretty different sizes. So you got some smaller ones over here. These were just kind of some really odd end pieces that ended up getting cut off. These longer ones I was saving to possibly have milled down. I really still don't know what I'm going to do with it. I've never worked with hickory as far as woodworking, doing anything like that. And then the bad thing is hickory can actually deteriorate and break down so very quickly out here in the elements. So if nothing else, I need to get some slats down and roll these up on them and maybe get them covered either with a tarp, probably not a tarp because that'll cause a lot of sweating to happen underneath. What I'll probably do is I'll probably roll them up on slats, and then I will put some tin. I have some roofing tin, so it's like 4 feet by 12 and 16 foot long sections of tin that was left over from the barn, and then I can put that on top of this to try to help make it last a little bit longer, and then talk to the neighbor with his sawmill to see if maybe we're going to take it over there and get it milled, or if I'm just going to end up working a lot of it in for firewood. Unfortunately, a lot of this is that bitternut hickory. Most of this is bitternut hickory. There's a couple of shagbark hickory logs in here, but this bitternut hickory, that grain just twists up inside there. That grain just twists and curls and curves. It's almost like you're trying to split a knot all through the tree, even though there's no knot there. So they are a bear to split. The shagbark is fairly easy. It's got a lot more straight grain to it. But, you know, I was thinking about trying to use some of this bitternut hickory to have it milled into like a 4 by 12 to use as my header in my barn to put my 1-ton chain fall off of. And this is very sturdy, very strong lumber, so it would actually work really well for that. It's just a matter of finding out if I can get the neighbor, if I can get with him and find a way to get this loaded up and get over there to him. But that's what's going on there. The honeybees are back over here, and they are, I haven't seen them. I went over and knocked on the side of the box the other day, and they, you know, started making a lot of noise and things, but it's been so cold for so long here. We've been below average now for 4 weeks, and the bees are just hanging out in the hive. They're not coming out. They're not doing anything. I know they're anxiously awaiting the first blooms and the first warm days to start showing up so they can get active and everything. And I need to do a better job this year being prepared for when the swarm happens. I need to have me a nuke box prepared and have everything ready, so that way when they swarm, and if I can split them first, then that's even better. But if they swarm, that I'm prepared to catch a swarm, because I really have gotten messed up in the past 2 years with that. But let's keep on going and see what else we got today. Well, I think the last thing to give you an update on is in the barn here. I've talked about how we were going to put 2 loft rooms in here where we can have them, you know, lockable with steel doors, and we can store stuff in there. And my daughter Taryn, she's wanting to have one of them be as kind of a art craft studio workshop, whatever she's calling it exactly. So my dad's coming over tomorrow. We've already got the lumber stacked up back over here. We've got a bunch of 2x10s and 2x12s and even several 2x8s. Plus they had a bunch of 2x8s left over and 2x6s left over when they built the barn. And so we're going to start trying to put the floor joists in, and then start raising walls for one of the loft rooms. We're going to try to get her loft room put up first because she's anxious to get it built so she can start moving her stuff in. But we've got all the lumber here to start to actually work on both of the framing of both loft rooms. It's just a matter of, you know, getting weather that's suitable, me being in town long enough. Right now we're going to have to do most of it out here off of generator power because I have not got power run out here into the barn yet. That's another future thing that needs to be done. But, you know, eventually we're going to have lights in here, have power out here into the 2 loft rooms, the 2 storage rooms, and then have electric ran through the barn here to run power tools and power equipment off of. So that'll be future episodes as that begins to make some progress. But I think that's going to be it for today. We're going to finish doing some work around here, and then I guess we're going to call it a day. May do some more stuff tomorrow. It's going to be another pretty day, I think, tomorrow. We can kind of get out and catch up on doing some things that we've missed out on over the past 4 weeks due to the really cold weather and the nasty weather we've had. So thank you all so much for watching. That's it for this week's update. I wish you a wonderful week. God bless.